Hi guys, it's Andrew here from Eastonmade. We're gonna play around here with an Ultra. It's got a single wedge on it. We don't do very many videos of the Ultra with a single on it. It's an option for them. The single wedge works really good. Like if you want to make kindling, pizza wood, if you get into some really nasty stuff, we have a couple of pieces of elm here. We're actually gonna throw through this to show you. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna bag some of this wood. I need some kindling myself, and some of our family members do too. So I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna make a couple of bags of kindling here with what I've got. So what we have is a 5-gallon pail with the bottom cut off it. And then we have a couple of different sizes of these bags. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work. I haven't done this before. I've seen a couple other guys doing it. So the green bags here are 24 by 24. I'm not quite sure what the red ones are. I'm not sure if there'll be a tag on them there. So the red ones are 20 by 24. We're gonna see how they work. Not sure which one's gonna be better. Just judging by it here, it looks like the 5-gallon pail is a little bit shorter than that. The 5-gallon pail is about 16 inches tall, so we're gonna have a little bit of wiggle room here. You can get different sizes of these bags. They're an onion bag. I'd imagine if you do a little bit of online search and you'll be able to find them. These ones are actually from Bag Supplies Canada. They sell all kinds of different bags. And what we have, a bunch of ash that we have a bunch of ash. If you watch any of the skid steer splitter videos, you'd see where we chunked up a bunch of this ash. It's all dried up, so it's gonna make good kindling for us. We're gonna turn that into our kindling and go from there, guys. Any questions, please ask. guys, we're back out here today, peach of a day. Didn't get it all done the other day. We played around with some of the different bags. We ran some of those green bags. They weren't quite big enough. We couldn't get the ends of them tied very well. But these red bags, they made a bunch of them. They seemed to work really well. I think they had the sizing wrong on them, because if you look at these bags are actually measuring 20.5 by right around 26 or so, 25, 26 there. So these red bags seem to hold a lot better. The pail fits in them a lot better, and you can actually tie the top of them. So I'm gonna make up what I've got left here. I have another wee pile of kindling here, a couple more bags. So we'll show you how the red bags go here. And again, guys, this is just for educational purposes, just for guys that are looking to get into this, looking for a better way to do this, looking for an efficient way to do this. This doesn't cost a lot. This is a 5-gallon pail. Everybody has one kicking around. And these bags aren't terribly expensive. I'm gonna leave a couple of links. I'm gonna do some searching there this afternoon to see what kind of who all sells these. Like I said, Bag Supplies Canada sells them. Not sure where we're gonna get them in the US, but like I said, I'll do a little bit of research. I'll leave a link in the comments below. So if you have any questions, by all means, please ask. I'm not quite sure how many bags you get done in like an hour or in any kind of a time frame, but like I said, it's kind of a nice, neat package. I don't know if it's going to be the fastest way to do it, but it does work pretty well. Like, I'm actually pretty impressed with the ease of use here, and how it all goes together. And like I said, it is a nice, neat package. I know some guys, I'm pretty sure you can get like a printed label for these too, so you can put on, like if you have a company name or a business name, you can put your logo on them, so when somebody picks up a bag, they know who they got it from. Not quite sure what the cost is on these. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little bit of research and see what the deal is on them, but I think it'd be a viable way of doing it if you want to get into the kindling business, and didn't have the money for a big machine. Like, you can get the bundle wrappers. I think they're probably around 1,500 bucks American, around there. And then I've seen like the V-Pack and stuff, which is a great big commercial machine for doing this. They're in around 7 or 80 grand, so they're kind of not viable for somebody that's not already got an established business. And there's a handful of kindling machines and stuff out there, but again, you're going to be into big money for one of them, where this Ultra, it's 3,500 bucks, and then, like I said, that pail really doesn't cost a whole lot. You're gonna find a 5-gallon pail pretty easily, I would assume. So you just pull that out, pull the bag up, give it a bit of a shake. Now, there may be a different way of tying these. I was never a Boy Scout, so I'm not much for tying knots, but this should kind of give you an idea of what that package is going to look like when it's all said and done. So kind of a nice setup. The wood's about 16 inches long, so that should give you a reference. Like, you might get away with a shorter bag if you're doing like 12-inch kindling or something like that. So that kind of gives you an idea what that looks like when it's all done. And they stack nice too. So if you have if you're gonna do a pallet or a skid of them, it'll be a nice, neat package to be able to send, if you even get like a hardware store or something like that, or a convenience store. If they have a forklift, would be kind of handy too. I don't think too many of them do, but just an easy way to handle stuff, right? And just make sure you leave the handle sticking out. It'll be a little bit easier to do it that way. Give you something to grab hold of anyways. But you can see everything fits in there pretty well. Let's see if we can get an angle over this way, guys. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. So the stuff stacks in there pretty good. Like, this is a This is mostly ash. I know I had a couple of pieces of elm in there. The elm actually seemed to split into really nice kindling. Like you can see, some of that ash is pretty rough looking stuff. If you get ash that grows out and instead you're out and you open it, the grain tends to wind really tight on it, and it just doesn't stay straight. Like it's because it's out in the open, the tree physically has to be stronger when it's wind blown like that. So like an urban tree or a tree that maybe grows on a fence line or something along those lines doesn't have the rest of the trees around to protect it. So the grain structure on it tends to be a little bit rougher, a little bit tougher to work with, where something that grows out in the forest is a lot easier, a lot simpler to make pretty firewood out of. I know there's lots of guys that are in the tree service industry that make really nice firewood out of yard trees. A little bit harder to do, but obviously there's lots of guys that do it. A lot of our customers do it and do a fantastic job of it. And that's kind of the big advantage of the splitter over a processor, is you're not limited to a diameter size, a shape. It doesn't need to be straight. Obviously most processors nowadays don't need that. Like I know the Bell's processors, in my experience, will take an awfully dirty, crooked piece of wood. Some of the other ones will also have a cleat on them that's quite aggressive enough. But then again, that's the other aspect of you get what you pay for. The other manufacturers don't run a really heavy cleat on the processors just because they don't run a heavy enough chain to be able to handle it. Where if you have a really aggressive cleat, you have to have enough chain that if something does jam or go wrong, that it doesn't wreak havoc on and actually stays together, right? So yeah. So you can see this is going pretty well for us. We've got 2 bags done. I'm not quite sure what the time frame is on it. Like I said, maybe a wrapper might be a little bit quicker, but then again, I'm dealing with kindling and not larger pieces too, right? So there is a little bit of handling actually putting it in here. I'm not sure if I've got quite enough left there to make another bag, but we'll give it a whirl here and see if we get there or not. But this ash is dried up, but that's gonna make really nice kindling. It's gonna light really easy. It's gonna be nice stuff to work with. We have an open fireplace in the house, so that's what we use all of our smaller firewood for. And if you've been watching earlier in the video, you can see the smoke coming out of the outdoor boiler. That's what we heat the shop with. It's a portage main boiler. Not quite sure what the size of it is. I think it's the second biggest one they make. We've had pretty good luck with it. Had it for about 2 years running the shop here, and it seems to work fairly well. In the winter time it does eat the wood, but then again, that's it's heating a big building, and we're always in and out too. So the doors are always open and closed, and lots going on here. There's not it's not never a dull moment around Eastonmade. So well guys, there you have it. Like, this might not be for everybody. This might not be the best perfect way to do it, but it kind of gives you an idea of what can be done. Like in terms of filling up a bag like this, it's a pretty inexpensive way to do it. Like if you're looking to get in the kindling business, if you're looking to get in this market, then this would be a viable way to start and get some bags out anyway, so at least get your feet wet in it. And like I think you'd do this quite a bit quicker than what I've done. Like I'm just out here kind of lollygagging around doing my own thing out here. So I'd imagine you'd probably be able to do this twice as fast as I was. Like you can see, we're just adding a couple of pieces in. Like if you grabbed a handful of them and a handful of pieces and actually stuck them in the bucket, you'd probably do it a whole lot quicker than what I've done it. So again guys, just give you some ideas on how to do this stuff. Any questions, by all means, please ask. Phone number here at Eastonmade is 613-812-3213. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. Follow us on Facebook and like us on Instagram, or vice versa. I'm not quite sure which way that goes, but anyways, if you see this, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe to our videos, and by all means, if you have any questions, please ask.